Hey there, everybody. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Starsector Ascendancy, Episode 47, Tesseract, Act 2. What option to get bounties for money? I'm not doing bounties. Bounties are really deeply problematic because the target of the bounty... Well, I'll put it this way. I'm only enemies with the path. So the only bounties that I would ever want to take on would be anti-path bounties, which is going to be like a seventh of all bounties. So the problem is most bounties have you go kill pirates, but I'm cooperative with pirates. So doing one bounty ruins all of the goodwill that I've ever built up with pirates. So it would be a really bad idea. There's a few other like, yeah, so I could do the other tap. And there's like a few other special opportunity type things like that I could do as far as treasure hunting goes. You need eyes on pheasant. Like church. Smuggle. Nope, not interested in any of that. So what I'm going to do right now is, oh, also, these special weapons, I think my plan is to not use them, as crazy as that sounds. They're unbelievably strong. I just wanted to collect them. I'll demo them in simulation, but I don't intend to use them. Because the AI doesn't have access to them, so it's kind of cheese if I, like, use them if the AI can't use them, in my opinion. But if you wanted to make some sort of, like, unkillable meta ship, like, you can, given the grabbing the super special weapons. Okay. So what I was planning on doing is a quick run over to do the dead drop, and then whatever you guys vote on, which looks to be more treasure hunting, which is totally cool. Let's go do that dead drop. And this was the Remnant mission. So it is in Alpha Poly, which is... Where's Alpha Poly? Here? Okay, so head to Zamuzi. Heading to Zamuzi is a little sketchy because it's like hella remnanted. You can mentor officers to level them up faster? Yes, that is a possibility. Not one I'm taking. They'll level when they level. But yeah, I'll show you the options in just a second. So the options are when you can make their skills elite once they're all leveled up. And then if they're not all leveled up, you can mentor them, changing their personalities a little bit, and then having them gain extra bonus experience. I don't know who you are, but I don't care. They're trying to stop me from dead dropping. It's the Hedge. Good for you, Hedge. But you're slow. Okay. That drop was done. I had my transponder off, so it doesn't really matter. They don't know who I am. They just know that I did something shady, but they don't know what. And I am not about to tell them. What was in that system anyway? Just a bunch of stable points? Alright, I don't know who they are, but they just pissed me off, so... I tried to disengage, it didn't work. But they're gonna learn that intercepting me was a really, really bad idea. Who are you guys? A heron. Alright, who wants to see a heron disappear? That was a cruiser. Bye, cruiser. Alright, they're harassing my, like, support ships. I don't care if they're destroyed, because I'll just recover them. Okay, come to me. Yeah, my support ships don't have, like, weapons. So they're completely defenseless. I shouldn't have even had them attempt to, like, leave my side. I don't know why I did that. I'm not satisfied with the enemies defeated. You need to be fully defeated, thank you. That heron's name was Don't Mind If I Do? Oh, seriously, Wolf? Fine, whatever. Who did I piss off? I don't. It wasn't a lot of faction rep. Someone got pissed that I blew something up. What else is new? So I'll head to the other Dorito fight. Once I pick up some more ships. Ooh, I didn't realize I had a high value. You know, I'm gonna turn these two high values over because I'm a little bit hurting for money right now, and I wouldn't mind just a little bit of extra money so that I can withdraw supplies to run a tap clear fleet without having to go too bankrupt. I wonder if that Doom was like actually useful in that fight. I wasn't really looking. Also, it didn't seem like we went too deep into our roster, so I'm going to bring fewer ships this time around than I did before. Because I don't think we used a lot of the our deeper roster. So I'm bringing 27 right now. Let's pare that down a little bit. Okay. That works. I probably don't need 2,000 more people than I have need for. There. Looking good. Bring the salvage rigs? That would be wise. Thanks for reminding me. And then make sure to put captains in smart ships. I'm not going to order them in like any particular order though. All right, so the other one was at Big Ping, I think. I might need more fuel. That's crazy. Oh, Ming Daddy? Was it Ming Daddy? Yeah, it was Ming Daddy. I definitely don't have the fuel to get there and back, because Ming Daddy is about as far away from me as possible. Yeah, so this is a bit of a problem. It requires so much fuel to get out there. Okay, where can I put more fuel? So this Fuel capacity 400. I don't know how to bring fuel. I just don't. I don't know how to bring my fuel over there. I need like another whole Prometheus. Even with the gates, I don't. It's still like a matter of, do I have the fuel to get out there or not? So I don't know how to make any fuel ships. All right, let me save just in case I like run out of fuel. That'd be really dumb. I'll probably need to gate to, let's see. I'll need a gate to core to like a military. So maybe I'll try to gate to Tupliak. Or I'll gate to Thros, buy more fuel at Tupliak. Or buy more fuel at Arcona. Gate to Amistar. That's what I'll do. Let's gate to Amistar and buy more fuel at Arcona. Because it's just so far away. Actually, I might have the fuel for it. So is Ming Daddy? Yeah, I have the fuel for it. There's still a lot of fuel, though. So my concern was definitely warranted. I don't think any of my ships have been damaged, so unlike last time with the Doom, I don't have to go around, like, pacing to make sure I recover, which is nice. And it seems to have some Remnant ships, but, like, not big ones. There. It's the same story as before. I definitely want monitors, because they're really good tanks. I'll take the Afflictor. And an Omen. Please stick with me. So these are like, sabotage ships, or gank ships. They're really fast moving, and they try to, like, murder whoever's weakest. And they're very good at it. As you can see. Oh, there goes the monitors. I thought the monitors would fare better there in, like, Fortress Shield, but they didn't. They just, like, got popped real fast. So they do burst damage, and they're weak to burst damage. So the best way I have to fight them is just bring ships that do, like, crazy high burst damage so that we can blow them up. Player-controlled Dooms can be pretty useful against them, but like AI Dooms are sometimes not effective at all. Oh god, this Doom is getting smoked. Oh, but there's bombs! Come on, bombs! Go, go, go! The Doom dropped a whole bunch of bombs around it, but unfortunately the bombs weren't all that they didn't hit the way I was hoping. But this Tesseract is closing in on getting destroyed, at least. Oh, Legion just went down. That's a big loss. That's Doritos. There it goes. And what I like to do is destroy one Dorito at a time and then all of its separate pieces. Oh, Jesus. Because if you destroy both Doritos, what can end up happening is you can end up with a situation where it spills out a whole bunch of, like, spam that overwhelms you. So even with, like, one of the other Tesseracts intact, I prefer to kill the spam first. Because getting the battlefield full of, like, tiny fighting spam means that, like... Oh, wow, the Doom went into its, like, retreat mode and disappeared. Means that it can be really difficult to drop your flux. which can be deadly. Oh my god, I can't hit this thing at all. Lasers aren't tracking. Fine, I won't shoot you. I'll shoot someone else. There we go. Oh, there goes the other Legion. God, so many ships blew up this time around. These fights are very, like, hit or miss. Like, the last one I fought went real well, for the most part, and then this one is going super sour. There goes an Aurora. I don't even have battleships left to field. Alright, I'm going to try to lock down the Dorito now. So it stopped blowing. Oh, there goes the Omen. And the Eradicator. I think a huge... something that, like, determined this fight pretty heavily was the loss of both monitors so quickly by just getting nuked right off the bat without their fortress shields up, because then a lot of what would have otherwise have absorbed Tesseract fire got removed and off the battlefield so unpredictably early. And this Aurora is... Don't park. You have maneuverability drives. Get out from in front of me. There we go. So this will be a victory, I am predicting, but a Pyrrhic one. Where, like, I'm gonna lose a lot more ships than I did before. Hopefully I gain a lot of, like, the specialty weapons. And then at the end of this fight, you know what? I'm gonna start voting right now. There's one more, like, treasure collection fight that I could do, if you want me to do it. Or, start a war, or whatever else you guys have in mind. I'm all ears. One difference between this fight and the last fight is I kept myself safe a lot more this fight, where, like, my ship is barely touched in this from this combat at all. Whereas last time I was losing engines and I had the whole front section of my ship, like, blown off multiple times. You can see how if you kill both Doritos really fast and you end up with a bunch of these little aspect spams, it gets really oppressive. Because individually they're weak, but they do keep the pressure on, not letting you really vent flux or anything. And if you have slow-firing weapons, like if you rely on slow-moving ballistics or missiles or whatever, they're really hard to hit. Oh, there goes an Aurora. Just goes to show how powerful these little things can be, as they took down an entire Aurora. Oops, and I overloaded myself like an idiot. Yeah, time for a drink. It's just like me and Aurora left out of the entire fleet we fielded. That's how destructive these things were. That's ridiculous. Victory! And you guys wanted me to improve my fleet a little bit. Copy. Alright, I can recover everything, but really took a lot of damage. We got 2 Rift Cascade emitters, a Cryoflamer, another Disintegrator, more Resonance MRMs, Rift Beam, Mini Pulsars, Antimatter, Rift Lances, and a Shock Repeater. Swank. Alright, I need to go get some crew, because I got murdered. Did any of my captains even level? No. The Doritos don't actually count for a lot of experience, do they? Alright, I know what I want to add to my fleet. So I'll work towards that. Where's the nearest gate? Lenora. Petters might be able to Freeport. Yep. I can get all the way home. Nice. It was weird. I had supplies and I accidentally stuck them in stockpile and now it's saying... Oh, okay, I see. I put the supplies away, properly away. I got it. Okay, so in terms of what I want to leave behind, anything that is not demodded, I'll put away. So we have some demods on some of the ships, and I definitely want to clean them up so that they're battle-worthy. So the ship I wanted to add to the fleet this time around is going to be a Paragon. I need a little bit more money for a Paragon, so I'm going to wait until I can afford to pay for a Paragon manufacture process. I think it would be cool to have a second Paragon. What I wanted to do in the meantime is to demo the new weapons a little bit. So, let's autofit my Paragon for fire support. And then here is the Rift Cascade emitters. So these are the unique weapon I got off of that fight. Oops. And I'll go into a simulation fight with it. Just to demo some of the bigger weapons that I got. So that that probably looks fairly similar. You saw the Tesseracts using that ability on me, where it has an initial point of attack and then it like ripples out. And it can do damage beyond the original point. And there is alright, I'll just show you the others. So here's the reality. So that was a it's a beam-based weapon that does the same damage kind of everything, but doesn't do hard flux. Then you have the reality disruptor and the volatile particle driver. And I'll try to show these separately, which is a little tricky. So one will be on 1 and one will be on 4. And then the attack lance is on 5. Oops, I didn't. Oh, let's end that simulation. I didn't mean to spawn both a Paragon and an Onslaught. Okay. Oh, no, I did this wrong again. Weapon groups. So this is the Reality Disruptor, which is a large suppression weapon. And as you can see, it is like a antimatter flamethrower. I don't exactly know how to describe it, but it is very effective at attacking certain targets. A lot of these weapons are very strong and unique in the way they behave. And then here's the volatile particle driver, where it is charge-based weaponry, kind of like an alt-pulse laser. Okay, that's enough of that. Some of the other weapons I got. Rift Beams is a point defense weapon, so that's kind of hard to show you what it does. It's just point defense. Where is the other ones? The Mini Pulsar is really small anti-shield. And then one thing that I really like is the Rift Lances. They're kind of expensive flux-wise, but they can shred. So one of the things I might want to do to this ship is this will be a really weird demo, because obviously I'm putting, like, you know, I don't have anything in my large slots. So the medium slots, we've got Rift Beams, which is a point defense beam weapon. And then kind of uniquely is the Cryoflamer and Cryoblasters and Disintegrators. So those are really interesting to show. Unfortunately, I didn't get, I got 2 of the Disintegrators, but for the others, I only have 1 of each. And I do like to design my ships symmetrically, so I don't have to think about, like, left versus right, which is why I don't use things like the Apogees and Auroras and Odysseys, because they drive me batty. But in this case, maybe the best way to show it is to put everything in attack lances and show you these weapons as like auto fire. So all my attack lances will be on 1, and then everything else will just be like automatic on 2. And then I'll get back to fleeting up. Oops. That doesn't show you anything. Misclicked. So I'm closing in the distance so that I can show you some of the other weapons. So that's the point defense ones. So it's very kind of the enemy to use missiles. And then you can start to see the cryo flamers and the Cryoblaster and Cryoflamer start to fire. So the Cryoflamer's on the right, Cryoblaster on the left, and then the triple fire anti-armor was the disintegrators, the high explosive damage disintegrators. Neat, right? I think. So I did mention that I wasn't going to use any of those specific weapons, because the AI doesn't get access to them, and I figure I'll just leave them alone as a result. But there you go. Just wanted to demo it, because I'm sure you were like, hey, what are those things? Was there anything I missed? Reality? No, I think I hit them all. For the most part, other than maybe the point defense ones. But yeah, Cryo Flamer, Cryo Blaster. There were some of the missiles that I didn't use, the MRMs. I wish they had like a separate color so they stood out a little bit more. It's really hard to find them. Like, here's all ship weapons, but it's not filtered. And I'm really bad at it. So the Rift Lances are sort of like... They're very similar, I think, to... So Rift Lances are very similar to the Phase Lances, in my opinion. Beam weapons of roughly the same range, but their damage is what is mostly different. Where is my Rift Lances? Oh my god. Rift Beams. But they're small. So comparing them side by side, they have a range of 600 and a damage of 625 with a damage per second of 217 and flux per second of 217 versus a Phase Lance. So the Phase Lance has about the same range, higher damage but lower damage per second from the Rift Lances. Or no, it's the same damage. What is it? Same damage per second? So they're very much like the Phase Lances, but they go in small slot. But they're just not very flux efficient when you put them in small slots, when you fill them up. So they're really fun to have in the front for just like high burst damage, but they will flux the hell out of you. Alright, so you guys wanted me to improve my fleet, and for that I really wanted another Paragon. I wanted a second Paragon, so we have a pair of Paragons. Yeah, whatever. So the best thing I could do in the meantime to earn some money is maybe do a little bit of smuggling. Is to smuggle in needed supplies into the core to be able to pay for a Paragon. When do I plan to use the Alpha Cores? When I want to. When I deem that the risk is less than the rewards. And because the priorities are often left to you guys to vote on, I can't exactly tell you when that is, because it depends on a lot of the choices you guys make. So, there's a really high supply for drugs, or high demand for drugs. What was that? 16, 12, so that's 2,800 drugs? Sure. Anyone want organs? Yep. But only 200 organs. And... what about transplutonics? Nope. Domestic goods? Yes. Okay. So the place in Vecna was wanting most of this. The Garganerion. So let's go over to Garganerion and smuggle all this stuff in. Why did I jump out? I should just go to the gate. Oh my god. Force of habit. Maybe I need a little bit more fuel before I go anywhere. So, current priority is make money for a second Paragon. Yep, there goes all my money. What I was going to do is, I can put in the custom production order now, and then I'll just pay it off. Remember to refit the Paragon to the original state? It already is, as you can see, because I set it up as a preset. Alright, where is the gravity well for Garganerion? Way to the south. Because I have so many illegal things, I do not want to get scanned. But there goes a lot of my deficit. And then the rest of these drugs is going to Elgard, which is northeast of here. Oh, you know, there's a deficit here of heavy machinery too. I might as well just sell it. And of supplies, so sure, I'll part with some supplies. There was an excess of fuel, so I'm not going to sell that. While a whole million? Well, I did spend $1 million, though. Right? Like, the stocks withdrawn was like $1 million. So I have an unpaid debt of 970, about 900,000. So I made a lot of money, but like, you're not looking at all the current profit. Oh, Garganerion is like literally in the middle of the battle. No wonder it wanted all this stuff. It's being assaulted by the church. And it's gone. It's under new ownership now. All of my black marketed goods. My sins have been, you know, all that paperwork got lost. Love it. Hey, they have a need for fuel. Sure. And a need for supplies. I'll have to limp back to base with what little I have left on in my fleet here. Having sold like everything. But I don't know, it's pretty good. Actually, I might need to black market some fuel off of from Persean League just to be able to get home. The Hedge was like, oh, you use the black market to supply our planets, because we weren't supplying them ourselves. I was trying to avoid to do a full game reboot, but I might have to, because the game's kind of getting a little sluggish. Don't scan me! I love when I buy a ton of black market stuff and the people that are coming to scam me, like, just miss the opportunity by a second. Some pretty big ships that were just, like, floating around out here. From, war, I'm assuming. War profiteering. So, in terms of custom production, surprisingly, because of the 2 orbital works that I have, I can make a Paragon a month, which is pretty good. And Rylus is completely undemodded. Production report. Nice. And I'm not in the hole for money. Smuggling is profitable. So headed back to Sean now. And I'm going to have you guys vote on another goal. Because I'm about to finish my current one up. So here we go. Here's a new Paragon. So, I need I would like to make it the same as my own, and I need 4 tack lances for that. I don't have the capacity to manufacture tack lances, so I need to go buy them. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to strip off the tack lances from my own ship and hand them over to the new one. So that I can essentially finish this ship. So I also want to do Aug Drive and Flux. Do I want to do S-modded Flux conduits? Maybe stabilize shields this time around. So build in Aug Drive and stabilize shields. Then add flux conduits. So slightly different. It's just a different S-mod bonus. Does it already have flux conduits? No, resistance, it does not. Cool. So instead, this converts 10% of hard flux damage taken by shields into soft flux, whereas the last one increases the flux dissipation rate while venting by a further 10%. So it's just a slight change. Let's set up the raffle timer for the name. And I am going to put myself into the other ship. And if you want me to continue working in the fleet, feel free to vote for that. By me. So I am looking to buy some tack lances because I don't have enough. Oops, I didn't mean to accept a dead drop. Who's that for? Yeah, pirates. Sorry, pirates. Not doing that. And then if I'm heading into the core worlds to try to buy tack lances, I might as well smuggle stuff in if recipients want it. Unfortunately, the only places that want it is not in the core worlds. It's Elgard, and I didn't really want to be supporting the Sakanta wants supplies, so at least that's how many supplies do they want? 3,000? So I might as well just almost top up on supplies here. So that's for Kanta, and that's for Kanta. And maybe I'll head over to Azaroon to see if anyone needs the stuff that Azaroon has for sale. I'm bad at clicking today, apparently. Alright, there we go. That's for Kanta. Yeah, let's head out to Vortex, because I'm sure the volatiles at Vortex are going to be needed at Kanta too. Why is Kanta known? Kind of the Pirate King. Queen. Whatever. Well, Kanta wants more volatiles than I even have supplies on my fleet for, so I'll pick up the other, pick up some more supply ships. Plus, Kanta's Den is like, so this galaxy, for reference, was procedurally generated. The only thing that wasn't really procedurally generated was like Kanta's Den. It's a constant name that is going to be the same no matter what. So that makes Kanta even more unique in that way. Oh, no, don't do that. Is that pretty much all other locations of this galaxy are random names, because the whole core system was just randomly generated. But Kanta's Den is the only static thing, so it's unique in that way too. And you want me to continue improving fleet strength. Alright. Thank you for tuning in to Starsector Ascendancy, which originally streamed live on Twitch, August 20th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode for an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow captains.